Hello and welcome everyone again into another video. Today's video I will showcase one of my favorite champion, and it's one of my favorite champion for like a simple criteria. It's one of the best looking champion. The champion I'm talking about here is actually Holsring. Some people say it Holsring. I feel like there is an S, it's right there, so it's supposed to be pronounced, so it's Holsring. What's the thing about this champion? It's one of the OG champions, and it's by far one of the best and most well-designed champions in the game. And if you look at this, like, look at this guy. He's so freaking sick, man. And this, like, kind of like evil halo spirit, that like skull going from his left shoulder to his right shoulder, or like the other way around. It's just too good. My only concern with him is that this weapon is so ugly, which is ruining kind of like the entire thing. So most of the time when I showcase him, I try to hide it. So like, look at this knife, look at his sword collection, look at his coat. Everything about this champion is magnificent. Very quick, guys, get yourself a free legendary Narma by clicking the link in my description. You will also get 3 amazing epics: Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage. All you need to do is, number 1, log out of Play and Play on your PC and uninstall it. Number 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Number 3, launch raid and complete the tutorial. Number 4, go to your inbox and claim the champion. So don't miss out on the great chance to get Narma and 3 very strong epics. So make sure to click my link before it expires. So let's read about his kit. If you guys watch my videos, you know I would like to read from the A3, A2, and then A1, because that's how it makes sense. Attack 4 at random. Okay, 4 times at random. Each hit has 75% chance, placing a hex. 3 turn decreases speed for 2 turn. Okay, so 3 turn hex, 2 turn decreases speed. Champions from Bannerlord cannot resist that. Each hit also has 75% chance to steal 25% of the target's turn meter. So 4 times 100% if that is 1 target. But if it's more than 1 target, it's kind of chaotic. Also place Perfect Veil on this champion for 2 turns. So he buff himself and he debuff the opponent. His A2 after. So his A2 is actually where it gets more interesting. Attack 1 enemy 3 times. If the target, you see, like, it's not at random. Here it's at random. Here it's not at random. If the target is under hex, each hit will ignore 25% of the target defense. That's good. Okay, it gets better. We'll ignore further 25% if the target is also under decrease speed. So we need hex and decrease speed. But who does like bring those? Well, he does bring them if you use his A3 before his A2. So as you can see here, if he lands those debuffs, this one will ignore 50% of the target defense. And if you have him in Savage, that's 75% already. So if you give him a Helm Smasher, he will 50% chance, 75% chance that he will ignore 75% of the target's defense, and another 50% chance that he will ignore the target's defense fully. Will also ignore additional 25 if they are from the Bannerlord or Knight Revenant faction. Well, we're not gonna use him. I mean, this is pretty much for faction wards. Like, there's some stages where there is those two. So pretty much anytime he's using his A2, he is gonna one-shot. His A1, attack one enemy 2 times. If this champion is under Veil, Perfect Veil, which he does bring in his A3, each hit has 50% chance to get of decreasing the target's turn meter by 15%. So against Fire Knight, he will does that. So it gets more interesting. Places 50% chance, 50% increase attack buff on this champion for 2 turns. So he buff himself, he debuff the bosses, and if he debuff, he will do more damage, and if he buff himself, he will do more damage. So he does not need a champion to increase his attack. All he needs is a champion to put decreased defense, so he can just, you know, I would say weaken, more likely, so he can do much more damage. Now his passive: if this champion attacks target under hex and decreases speed, place Perfect Veil on this champion for 1 turn. So if he doesn't land it from here, if you have this one turned off, the passive will do it. This effect cannot be active when counter-attacking, so it doesn't work when counter-attacking. Okay, who cares? Increase this champion's crit damage by 30% while attacking under Perfect Veil. So he also increased his crit damage by just doing what he does. That's all interesting. So how did I build him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of Merciless. The 6th one is so bad of a piece. So stats. He's around 8.5k attack, 254 speed, 335 crit damage, crit capped with enough accuracy to land his debuffs against the usual content. Now, as far as a relic, I would love to give him a coronate. So let's just take a ninja's one, and we don't have HP burden, and this time let's just give him the accuracy one, the accuracy one. So yeah, let's just have this one. Oh wait, let me show the masteries. I haven't finished his masteries, but basically I want Helm Smasher to almost have always 100% ignored defense. I'm supposed to go for this one here, Hex Master, Hex Master, I want to say. I don't know why I took both of those two. Wait. I don't know why. I love this one because it's good in Hydra sometimes because he does so much damage there, and you know, it can reset his A2. If you reset his A2, like, it helps with resetting his A2 mode, so he can just spam his A2. So usually I would like to go this way and then this way, so I can have this one. So those two, like, aren't the greatest. They are good into boosting your damage, you know. I would say if you don't want to take this one, you can just go Cycle of Magic with this one here, with Lasting Gifts, and Master Hexer, or Hexer Master. I don't know what the name of that one. So, in the dungeon, can we use him in dungeon? Basically, you can know. I mean, we can try testing him out in Fire Knight 6. Okay, let's see how he performed in Fire Knight 6 hard. So we have some okay, Thorn didn't KO quite, didn't quite KO. Okay, his A1 did like 20,000 for one hit. I have all of his abilities up, so we're just gonna try to clean the wave, get to the boss as fast as possible. Holy damage, dude. That was like an enemy max HP hit. And that's his not hardest hitting ability, by the way. So we landed the Hex and the other one, right? And he has decreased attack, and he has increased attack, and he has perfect veil, and there is Hex and speed. Okay, I'm not gonna counter ally attack. I'm just gonna see how much his A2 would do. Oh my god, dude, that was so much damage. Holy dude. Dude, look, he did more than Newt. So if you're comparing him to an enemy max, one of the strongest enemy max HP champions in the game, he actually did more, even though Newt's is faster. So like, Newt took more turns than him. I mean, I think they did take around the same, but comparing him to like someone that did the Blessed Bash, he did way more. Holy. Okay. Now, another content where he is good in is actually Doom Tower. Let's see how he performs in what's this in Fire Knight, Dark Fang. Fire Knight. So weak hit, of course, he's blue affinity. This is all about the green affinity. So we have a big smash here, and now okay, now we have a ally attack. Okay, now he goes after. So let's see how much his A3 is not the hardest hitting one, but it lands debuffs, right? So like, that's some good damage, to be honest. Okay, his hardest hitting ability. Oh my god, 203 times. He took like almost 8 to 10% of the boss's HP. That means like he's doing literally as much as an enemy max HP champion would do, and this should be a GG. And that was the fight, doing three times the damage that Allure does. Allure, by the way, in Dark Fate does around Newt. So doing half of Marius's health, even though Marius took the first 2 waves by himself. Now, this is where he gets like stronger, which is Hydra. Okay, so this team never fails. So this, you know what? Let's just move him harder. Let's move him to the other stage. Let's just go to the Ultra Nightmare, okay? Okay, let's go. So he's in a tough competition. I don't think he will do... Holy... Okay. So he did twice the damage as Supreme Galek, and Supreme Galek is a champion that does hit hard, okay? So doing almost 1/3 of the damage that Marius did, but my Marius is one of the world's strongest Marius, okay? One of the most strongest Marius in the world, okay? I made a video about it, so you can go and check it out. So there is a reason there. So doing like 61,000 damage is actually like a great number. If I have my what's her name, if I have Acrisia, my Acrisia does around 150, so almost doing like half of that, but honestly doing more than Supreme Galek is a decent number. So that's like as far as Nightmare. So let's just discard that, and let's go to Chimera, because that is where the content is, okay? So before we start the run, I want you to comment in the comment section below how much damage you would expect this Holsring to do, and I want you to see at the end, did you expect him to do this much damage? So let's just go and hit the run. What? So because of the way coordinate worked, like it starts boosting his damage like for like I don't know, until like turn 15, and then he will have a full control of it. So let's just see how much he will do at the end of the fight. So I'm just gonna do a key, and I will come back. So this is something about him against the Ram, that he provides 2 debuffs. So in a trial like this one, you can do it so easily just because he has 2 buffs by himself. And as an example, if there is fear or decreased defense, I would be so done with it. But now, because I don't, I'm just gonna use my A1, but I will show you what I'm talking about, like just when I get my to my next turn. So, and he's gonna do 1 hit and then die. So this is technically, now we are in lion form, and we just get all of our debuffs. Now we still need we need hex, so let's just go for the hex. And holy, he just did 1 million damage from his A3, and that's not his hardest hitting ability. So let's see how much he's gonna do now. I kind of want to use this just to extend the debuffs. So let's see. Oh my god, dude, we just did 1 million and a half. 1.3, sorry, 1.3 million. That's why I wanted to double check. So I'm just gonna keep the run, and I will come back on the Viper form so we can see how much damage he would do there. Okay, you guys ready for the Viper? Not bad. 1.3 again. That's some good numbers, to be honest. And we pretty much get all the trials. So far we are on 9 trials with this team. By the way, I know you don't have Galathir. Sorry, I apologize for using Galathir. You could use Elva. You could use any reviver instead. I have Galathir, okay? I'm trying to show Ward the strongest base form, whatever his Holsring. So I'm supposed to put in the best setup. I know this is not a guide for everyone. This is more like how strong this champion can be, more rather than, oh, this is how it's supposed to build your champion. But I do believe that the build, like, this is how you're supposed to build him. Maybe you don't have as strong of a gear as this, but this is how you're supposed to build him, and this is how stronger eventually he will become. So okay, I'm not gonna do this run again, but look at this. I'm at 10 trials, and I was literally just 1 hit away from getting those 2 and 2 debuffs or buffs. And you can see that this team is heavily lean toward buffing and debuffs. So it could have been 3 more trials. So getting to this level, honestly, like him being able to do 13 trials on Nightmare is just mind-blowing, to be honest. I did not expect him to do enough damage to do that. This is like literally my first time, so this is like an actual live reaction on how much he can do. And yeah, so be right back at the end. I will talk more about it. So we just finished. As I show you, I actually could have gotten 14 trials if I manualed the run at the Viper and the Ram. And I just noticed this thing, because I used to use Ninja here, and Ninja does around 100, between 85 to 100,000, and simply because it's Ninja Mikage, okay? But he doesn't get any benefit from Mikage, so I just realized that he literally does not need Mikage. So I could have just literally thrown here a Marius, and I would have done, I would have gotten much better results. Mad Hatter, if I used Hatter here, it would be way better, because we have Hex from Hatter, and then it would have been like a slightly better setup. So overall, I think he was just great enough, solid enough for me to invest in this champion. I'm glad I did not sell his soul. But more importantly, what did you guys think about him? Like, do you consider now using him? And yeah, please let me know how did you like this one. And before we head out, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like the content, and see you in the next run.